reminded me to record and I didn't push the button. So this is, in retrospect, I'm okay with that. Given how 3 o'clock's class went. Because man, I was there. I'm like, what are you doing? The hell? They're all like, oh, I don't know. Or it's weird because like I ask a question and there's silence, and then they type the answer in the chat. And I'm like, turn your mic on and just tell me.
Okay.
First, you don't have to turn your camera on. I don't need to see you. Just turn your mic on and tell me. I don't know. They're all very shy. I don't know. Okay. Who told me to record? Julia.
Hey,
Okay, you want to? I got a game for you. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I'll give multiple games. It's crazy. I'm over it. It's the end of the year. Everybody gets an A. I don't care. No. Wait, Julia. Not great. There, Benjamin. Not great. Okay. Julia, pick a month that is not June.
October.
Let's see if there's anything left in October. I have 3 choices remaining. Okay. We've been here before many times. Okay. You get a choice of RPG strategy or indie simulation.
Indie simulation sounds interesting.
Okay. You can send me a private message with your email address in the chat. Once again, I don't guarantee you'll like any of these games. Oops. Riker, I may have asked you to unmute but I didn't really. I was I was just clicking randomly on the screen, and you have been maybe asked to unmute. Please ignore that request.
All right, no problem.
Okay. Okay. So, Julia, you are the proud owner of Fantasy Blacksmith. Talk about an indie simulation.
Fantasy blacksmith, I guess.
You are a blacksmith in the world of sword, magic, and war, in which any blacksmith who knows how to make even the simplest swords is in demand. So there you go. You can blacksmith swords now. It looks very 3D. It looks like you're going to be pounding on sword stuff. Sounds exciting. Okay, so
It's easier than modding with Forge.
I guess. Okay, so Google's how to make fortune teller. You got this. Believe in you. Come on, Carrie. Yes, make the fortune teller. Wait, I had one in my wallet. Do you ever go to those fortune teller machines? I was like, oh, I have one. I do have one around here somewhere. I kept it. It's from Esmeralda. Here it is. It's a fortune teller. It's from Esmeralda in Disneyland. Here's my fortune. A magic cityscape may unfold before you today. Your adventures could have their downs and ups and may let you hoist a secret flag or take part in a spirited adventure. That was my fortune. I'm given that it's Disneyland, downs and ups would mean I'm going to ride a roller coaster. Hoist a secret flag is, I believe, on Tom Sawyer's Island, and a spirited adventure would be riding the Haunted Mansion. So that was my fortune. She predicted my future. It's very exciting. You can get these too. I think it costs $1 for them.
Or a friend of mine, when I went to like a Chinese restaurant with them, once opened a fortune cookie that said, "Wow, a secret message from your teeth." It was the weirdest thing ever. And she was like, "I'm gonna like zoom in on this, and like in the period there's gonna be like a map to the Constitution or something, and I'm gonna have to go save the president." You know?
So there's actually, I never got to tell you about this, but a couple of years back, I want to say 2-3 years, there was a thing that went out for Disneyland called the Ghost Post, right? And the hilarious thing is, at the time, I think it was $200 to subscribe to it. And $200, they would send you 3 boxes, right? Just, you know how I've been showing you the various envelopes and stuff that are like $20 a pop. This was Disney, and they would send you a box for 3 months straight, I guess. So it turned out these boxes came, and it was all Haunted Mansion themed, right? And there was a newspaper, and in the back of the newspaper there was this weird distorted looking ad, and there was a teacup in it, and there was a reflective like gold stripe around the teacup, and if you put the teacup in a circle on the newspaper, you could read the text, because the curvature of the teacup would reflect the distorted text perfectly, and you could read the text. And there were all sorts of cool things like that. There was you built like a paper craft radio holder, and you downloaded an app, and you put your phone in this radio, so it was like the dial of the radio, and you could tune in to different broadcasts and hear, I don't know, various things. But over the course of, after you got the 3 boxes, there was an invitation to come to Disneyland. And if you went to Disneyland and you had the app open on your phone, and you got just near Esmeralda, the fortune teller on Main Street, she would come alive, and she would say her thing, and then pop out a special fortune that would lead you to another spot. And there was like a compass down by the rivers of America, that when you got close to that, it would do things. And each time you were exercising a ghost in one of these machines, and then the very last one would send you to a special back entrance to the Haunted Mansion. And if you showed them your invitation, which was on your phone, they would take you through the VIP line into the sorry to bug you, but a quick question about the I'll get to it. They would take you to the VIP line, and when you got on the Haunted Mansion, they put you in the Doom buggy, and there was an entire other soundtrack to the Haunted Mansion that included all the ghosts so the whole point of these 3 boxes and running around the park was that some ghosts had escaped the Haunted Mansion and they were lost, and you wanted to bring them back to the Haunted Mansion. So you would go through the Haunted Mansion, and you would see and hear from the ghosts that you had saved. And what an experience, right? Cool. It's a whole Haunted Mansion theme thing, and it won like the best web person award or online something award. And Disney never tells you who made these things, but they got special dispensation to reveal so that these people could win their awards. And it turned out that the lead writer on this was Cory Doctorow, who's a science fiction author and a Disney head. If you know, his first big novel was Down and Out in the Magic Kingdom, where in the far future, Disney World was maintained and administered by a collective of Disney fans. Go read it. It's a fun book. Anyway, so let's talk to Sean here. Sean, quick question about the postmortem. When we talk about what we did, how should we handle stuff that was done together? I.e., gameplay came up with a lot of ideas together that rather than us splitting up and handling specific days' characters. We'll give credit where credit is due, right? So together we came up with these things. I especially worked with Jack and Eli and Reagan, and I'm just reading across the line here. I mean, if you want to tell me that Jack came up with a phenomenal idea, it was amazing, and even though he didn't actually implement the idea, it was his idea. That's great. Be kind to each other. Give out kudos and awards all you want to each other. Let me know who was your personal MVP in this experience, right? Sorry, I went off on my Disney tangent yet again. Heck of a day, huh?
Indeed it was.
Indeed.
So they banged through, honestly, so they banged through those first two puzzles, and then it seemed like they got stalled out on the third.
Yeah, we kind of expected that. I think we thought the second one would take a little bit longer than it did, but the third one we knew was going to stump them, and that was kind of the intention.
And my Roy G. Biv thing was right?
You were 100% correct.
I had no idea.
I think Elizabeth ended up using that to find the answer because she ended up saying immortality like 5 minutes after you put that.
I was hoping they'd be stuck on that one for a little longer, but no. We were also expecting them to like blow through the second once they figured out it was supposed to be semaphore flags.
Yeah, we didn't think they'd figure out semaphore flag like literally in the first minute.
I thought they would be like,
I
thought they would be like, oh, maybe it's like this time, then this time, and we have to like go back to the timetables. Maybe I thought might stump them, but no, 20 minutes and then an hour.
But they seem to need a hint for the third one. You gave them a hint for the third one, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. We were fully prepared for that. We were expecting them to need help on that one.
I was really enjoying watching it from the sidelines, and then every once in a while I'd see someone go, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
and then they went completely off course. I'm like, "Oh," it was hilarious.
I honestly, I made that one comment and nobody replied. And I'm like, they see it's me and they're like, Dean's just fucking with us. ain't no way that's real.
You were kind of close with the lemonade at least.
Yeah,
I ate the lemon.
Same difference. But then now I'm just like, well, maybe I should shut up. So how'd the weekend go? seems like you have very engaged players.
It went.
It went
well,
really great. I think a lot of us feel that day 5 was for sure our best day in terms of just like how it went, because the puzzles were of decent difficulty and they were able to figure them out without us helping them, but it took them a while. So that was really cool. And it was funny because one of our day 4 puzzles, the last one, was kind of thrown together at the last minute because we needed to make it harder. But then they ended up brute forcing the keyword cipher that we used, and they never found the actual keyword. And so we changed day 5 so that they needed the keyword to get into one of the websites. So we made them loop back into a gameplay element that they completely ignored. And it was funny because they mentioned that. I was like, oh no, we brute forced this yesterday. Now we have to find it.
Right. So I've done that too with other things where I brute force and solve it through frequency analysis or whatever tools I have at my fingertips. And then like 2 days later, I find the instructions or a clue, like a hint to help. And I'm like, I did that already. What? Oh, well, I'm very, very excited that I got this hint, but it's useless to me because I already solved that. But that, I mean, every time I come across something like that, it confirms, well, honestly, it makes me feel like a genius. Because I'm like, I didn't need the hint. That's way back when with Myst. Remember Myst? Did you people play Myst?
I've heard of it.
It's before your time.
I've seen it.
90s.
So I like most of the puzzles on the main island, I brute forced and then later found the hints for it. Like all the hints were at the top of one building, and I was like, oh, all these puzzles that I solved without the hints, here are the hints, huh? Okay. I guess I didn't need the hints. Yesterday, I spent most of the day getting up to speed, and by the time I got up to speed, they were done.
All right.
And I should know by now. Every year, I start out with the best of intentions. I am going to be a hardcore player. And I sign up. I get on my rabbit hole. And then Thursday comes and it's Project Panic Day, and all my seniors have to get their MQPs in, and all my graduate students have to get their theses done. And I spend all day proofreading their stuff and signing their forms and finding people and yelling at people. No, I don't yell at anyone. I'm not a yeller. Maybe a little bit. So Thursday gets trashed, and then Friday is Showfest, and I spend all day putting out fires around that until I get to Showfest, and I'm always like, well, once Showfest is over, I'll sit down and play the ARGs, and I'm so exhausted at the end of Showfest that I don't do anything. And then Saturday comes, and I'm like, I gotta go play the ARGs. I'm so tired. Can't I just sit here? Can I watch stupid TV? And I check in, but I don't play. And then Sunday I sit down and I'm like, I'm ready. Let's go. And by the time I'm caught up with the previous 4 days, Sunday's over. And then Monday I feel like, well, I'm an asshole who hasn't participated at all. So I will cheer people on from the sidelines, and thus a casual player. Right? Here we are yet again. And trust me, this is like the 5th year where I start out with the best of intentions, and in the end, I'm a casual player. Although I just want to say, who is it? I don't know whose father this is, but somebody's father sent a very nice email to me about how this was a great way to see what their son was doing, and to play along from the sidelines, or to be a player in one of their games. And I was like, that's so nice. I'm just so happy. But of course, he also sent the final keywords, so he won. So, and I invited him to the
we get to meet John's dad tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go.
I don't know if he'll come or not, but I invited him.
Hell yeah.
I take it John's dad was a big player.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay, Gabe, anything you want to talk about?
So first I just want to say, like, great job, everyone. Like, I'm super proud of every single person that contributed to this ARG. You guys really blew it out of the water, honestly. Anytime I was connecting to groups or telling people to do stuff, there was no pushback. You guys just did it. You did everything that you needed to. You came together as teams and you powered through all your work. Tech made some fantastic websites. I'm glad they had a day off yesterday because there was no more tech work. Art, anytime we asked Art to do something, I swear it was just and to snap your finger, there it was, the next minute. It was pretty crazy. Writers, you pumped out so much work. Shout out to David for all of the website writing, and all the other writers for the characters and just the entire storyline itself, and being able to modify it on the fly and adapt it, and making sure that all the points connected with each other and didn't, make anything confusing. Just overall, this was fantastic. Gameplay, you guys really pulled together and came up with some great puzzles. Even though some of them were a little bit thrown together at the last minute, they all really did come together fantastically. It was insane just how well everyone got their stuff together and made it all work together. And I'm very, very proud of everyone here for doing that. So thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy now being able to look at my face.
Cool. Okay, so it's this last class. Well, this isn't the last class, but please remember to invite all your players, in which send the emails or put on the Discord or both. Yeah, Gabe, you did a great job. You were on top of things in ways that other producers, maybe in other classes, were not so much.
Tried my best.
Just saying. But please invite them, because honestly, the other class was more excited about playing your ARG than about making their ARG, which is unusual, because usually it's our ARG is awesome, their ARG is terrible, and they're kind of like, our ARG sucks, their ARG is awesome, and are really down on themselves right now. So please, help them out. It wasn't all bad on their end. I really like their eccentric videos.
Yeah, their videos are really cool.
Yeah, honestly, the guy,
I really like their rabbit holes. I thought it was really
cool. The guy who does their videos, I'm like, you sound like a YouTuber.
He honestly does.
I watch these YouTube videos of 10 ancient mysteries that have never been solved, right? And it sounds the same stuff. It's exactly the same. So
it did kind of have a Watch Mojo vibe about it. I'll say.
He sounds a bit like Daily Dose of Internet, or wanted to keep making them. Yeah, he would. He should. So okay. So
there's one thing I wanted to just mention. So I think it was yesterday or the day before I posted in chat about everyone pitching in to pay for the stuff we use for tech. We had 3 custom domain names, so altogether it was about $50. So I was just asking if everyone could either PayPal or Venmo me $2 to pay for that. I ended up doing all the costs myself because I was in charge of implementing the custom domains for that stuff. If you can't pay me, that is also fine. Just let either myself or Riker know, and we can make accommodations. And for anybody that is uncomfortable with online payments, Wednesday at, I'm gonna say 4 o'clock, meet up on the quad, and you can give me $2 cash if that is better.
Throw money and run away.
So Wednesday, 4 o'clock on the quad here on campus.
Gabe is the guy with well, but we won't see your facial hair because you'll be wearing a mask.
No, you won't.
You gotta wear a red hat or a rose or something. Put a rose in your lapel.
Wait.
The idea was to get a banana suit.
Are you vaccinated?
I am vaccinated.
You'll be outside.
You can.
Technically. No,
do you know how many looks you get from people on campus if you do that? I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
The quad is fenced off right now, so is it going to be open on Wednesday, or should we just go to the tent
maybe like
outside
CC?
of the CC?
Yeah, the tent outside of CC is better. There you go.
Oh yeah, quads roped off because there's actual graduation ceremony this year. Last year we did it in Minecraft.
I did see that. I watched the IMG graduation
So
on Minecraft. That was pretty cool.
Well, so we were all supposed to be there. All the professors were going to stand on the bridge, and everybody was going to walk between us. And all the professors are in there. We're waiting for students to arrive, and students are like, "We can't get in. It won't let us in." And it turns out that Minecraft Education Edition limits to 30 people on a server. So all the professors but 3 had to leave so that all the students could actually get in and
that's rough.
Graduate. So and we haven't been able to find a way around that, but Fortnite on August 29th
okay, he's
initiated
not wrong,
a party royale mode, which there are no guns and no crafting, and you can have more than 100 people in an instance. So maybe we're going to do a graduation in Fortnite this year.
Yeah, as Owen said, Java Edition, you can have a lot more than that.
Yeah, but so the problem is
you have to pay for it.
You have to pay for it. And we wanted something that was free for everyone to download.
That does make sense.
So
VR chat.
VR.
Yeah, well, so
there's a day. I don't think
I'm gonna go. I'm pushing for Fortnite. I want to run around in Fortnite.
Yeah, I thought. Well, graduation on the Minecraft.
Also, the hilarious thing, as a joke, they made it rain during graduation because, of course, it always rains during graduation.
There's a thunderstorm. Someone actually gets killed by the lightning during graduation. It was a thunderstorm, and the lightning randomly hits, and it started a fire on the stage, which was kind of hilarious. So funny. And luckily, though, joking.
No, it's true.
Okay.
It happened.
That's amazing.
But the rain put out the fire before the entire stage could burn.
Oh, that's good.
Dean King gave a speech, and at the end of her speech, they had her ascend into the heavens and disappear, which was also kind of hilarious. So anyway, Minecraft graduation, it's not all bad.
Stage catching fire isn't a metaphor for 2020.
Yeah,
I don't know what
exactly.
is.
We're watching it and going, of course the stage caught fire. Of course it did.
Yeah, so the PayPal and Venmo links are pinned in general if you can't find them. And if not, I'll see you on Wednesday if you're on campus. And myself and Nick are going to be meeting with McKenna after this to confirm our achievements, but it looks like we really blew it out of the water with our calculations. We have 239 right now.
It was all because of the MySpace page. It was all because of my.
I'm not sure 3 o'clock made it.
Oof.
So, don't like I noticed people were like, they're just grubbing for achievement points. Even with you guys all sending YouTubes in, not sure they're gonna make it. So we'll see. You know, I don't know. Some years it's totally easy, and some years so anyway. And like Gabe, you asked the question, they finished your ARG first. Do they get extra credit? Yes, they do. And you should take that as a compliment. It happens every year that, and I kind of hint at it, but I don't want to say, the people who solve the ARG first is usually because it's a better ARG, with more engaged people who want to solve things quickly, and have well-designed things that teach people how to do them, and there's interest and enthusiasm, and that it happens every year, and it seems like it's punishing the people who made the better ARG, but it's actually helping the people who didn't make the better ARG. See what I'm saying? Because in general, their postmortems are not going to go as well, and their various other metrics are not going to be as high as yours, right? So you don't need that half a point, right? You're fine. Don't worry about it. You're good. So I don't have Minecraft. I never paid the 40. Well, I bought it on Xbox, and it doesn't work on Xbox either. There are like 4 editions of Minecraft. Anyway, sorry.
There's only 3. No, wait. There's the Raspberry Pi one. There is 4. God
yeah.
Why did they?
I don't know. So last year I couldn't go to Disney World. Normally I go to Disney World after school's out. And so my whole thing was I was going to go to Disney World in Minecraft, because Disney, believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe, but nerds created all of Disney World in Minecraft. So I was going to go there, and I don't have the right Minecraft edition to actually go to Disney World in Minecraft.
I'm assuming it was on Java.
I don't know. I have the educational on PC, and I have the Xbox version on Xbox.
So Xbox is the same as every other console edition and Windows 10 edition, because that's Bedrock. And then the one you can actually get for like $30 on the site is Java edition, which is probably the one that the Disneyland is in.
I don't know. I just know it didn't work. I'm angry about it.
Bug Rock. Yeah, you're so right. Bug Rock.
So, okay, we're doing okay on time. I've already got you talking about MVP. If you want to give it to more than one person, I'm cool. I got plenty of humble codes. I will give free iffy games to anybody who comes along. I got years worth of humble codes. Anything else we need to do?
How many people can we crown MVP? Because it's really hard for us because there are a lot of MVPs the first few days, and then like for the last few days, like new people were the MVPs.
I would say no more than 2 or 3.
Okay.
Because they're not MVPs if everybody's an MVP, right?
It's not a participation award.
Right. So, okay, I want to share something else with you.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Right. So, this came in the mail today. I don't know if you could see it. It's very official looking.
Yeah,
right.
A bit.
Says ESV routine GR77 1417252 CHDTC 2 special activities division field operative. Right. And then I'm giving you my address, but there it is. There's my address just above my finger. And then like again, more stuff. Attention. The parcel should be delivered during the week of May 10th, 2021. That's today. Please familiarize yourself with the instructions contained within the package and prepare to initiate your mission on the operation start date Friday, May 21st, 2021 at 1800 local time. We wish you success. Miller, Catherine, Director, SAD CIA. You see that? SAD CIA.
Yeah.
Oh. Approved for release, and then there's no date. And I'm like, holy shit. What's going on? Your mail gets exciting when you get into these things. Let me just say. And then at the bottom, disclaimer. This is a promotional letter tied to your purchase of Detective Vienna Connection from Portal Games. The CIA and the United States government are in reality not sending you a secret mission. Unless, of course, you are an actual CIA operative, in which case that's pretty awesome, but still merits the notice that this letter is purely coincidental. So we got a disclaimer. I'm not a jerk for making you make disclaimers. And we've got a whole new thing starting. And I back enough things on Kickstarter that I have no recollection of this whatsoever. But I guess I ordered it. I'm supposed to do it on May 21st. So that'll be exciting. I just wanted to share because I get stuff like this all the time. And my wife is like, she like looks at it, and we got a letter from the IRS the other day, and she's like, "Is this one of your things, or is this real?" And I'm like, "No, that's real. That's that." And it turned out to be Biden telling us about our stimulus check.
Yeah, that's real. I committed tax fraud.
Yeah. So I get these things all the time, and honestly, I don't remember them. ARGs can be played casually, an hour or two a day. From the postmortem, when you said what went right, what went wrong, we're just talking about our specific team, right? Yeah. Like I said, this is not an invitation to bitch about other people. This is about self-analysis, right? If you screwed up or if you were amazing, tell me about it. Obviously, if you screwed up horribly, you're probably not going to tell me about it. But tell me about it. I appreciate the honesty. Honestly, so one of the things I do is, you notice that at the beginning of the ARG, you had to submit your plan, right? And at the end of the ARG, well, and then during the ARG, all these play reports, which basically is the other side of it, where is somebody playing the other ARG? And then at the end, tell me how it all went, and I compare your plans to the final. And if I see, like, because the plans are in, right? If I see that Lou was supposed to make the day 2 story beat, and Lou says nothing about the day 2 story beat, but Diane says, oh yeah, and at the last minute I got assigned the day 2 story beat. Oh, look at that, right? So it is a triumph for Diane, because she pulled out a last minute assignment with a plum. Can you pull out a plum? Isn't that... Anyway, but I wonder what happened to Lou. And sure, Diane could, in the what went wrong, Lou was a total butthead and disappeared and never did his work, but and so I had to do it, and that just seems, I don't know. Nobody wants to do that, right? You guys don't want to throw each other under the bus, I notice, right? Because nobody wants to be the rat. But that's the bad. I don't know. I hate, even saying that, I'm promoting that kind of thought. Anyway, you don't want to throw each other.
That's about it. Just don't be mean. Just don't be mean.
Just don't be mean. Be kind to each other and celebrate your triumphs without throwing other people under the bus for their, like, we had one person who emailed me and said, I got my second shot on Thursday and I was down for the count on Friday and Saturday. Is that okay? And I'm like, you know what? Everybody, that is happening to everybody. So yeah, that's fine. You know, I'm not going to penalize you for getting vaccinated. That would be stupid of me. Right? So anyway, I think you guys did great. I was very excited today. Ooh, somebody sent me a thing. I don't know who this is. Okay, so how many times? Well, I don't know who this is. This might be somebody here. And just remember that the ARGs are over. Yay, good for you. And if you come at me now and say, how do I make up the work on the ARGs? I got nothing for you. I believe I said from day one, it's time limited. You either do it when it needs to happen, or it's past and you can't do it anymore. So all told, the ARGs are 30%, maybe 25% of your grade. And I have since split that up so that it's 10 points for the before, 10 points for the during, and 10 points for the after, so that say you screw up the before, but come back in for the during and the after, still possible to do well. Or, you know, you screwed up the during, but you got the before and the after, still possible to do well. So just be aware of that. Okay, anything else? invite all your players. Please come at 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Can you send the Zoom link for that somewhere?
Yes, I can. Let me see. Do I have? Let me put it. Control V.
Nope. You just put it in the general in Discord, and we can send that out to them.
Right. I thought it was still in my clipboard, but it's not. So I have to go copy paste it. So I will do that momentarily. But and again, it's not required. If you have a test in some other course at 3, please go do your test. But the more people who played their ARG show up and talk about it, the better that discussion will go. Also, set an example and actually unmute yourself and talk, and maybe they'll follow suit. Who knows? It's so weird. I don't know. I've never had a class like that. And now that I've been teaching all these remote classes, I've actually got a fair amount of remote teaching under my belt. I heard that Stanford was giving a year of sabbatical for every class that professors converted to remote over the course of the pandemic. And I'm like, holy geez, I would get like 5 years of sabbatical. I don't get sabbaticals, but whatever.
What's sabbatical?
That's when every 7 years, tenured professors get to take half a year off to go and like recharge their batteries, do outside research, make a cool thing, work with other people in their field, kind of follow their dreams for a semester, right? So they don't have to be here at all. So for instance, Rob Lindquist, who used to be on the tech side of IMGD, he, for his sabbatical 1 year, went to New Zealand to this VR lab, because he was a big VR person, and spent a semester working in, it's called the HIT lab, HIT, with other VR researchers, top of the line people, think tank kind of thing. And, you know, had such an amazing time there, and just blew them away that a year and a half later, when their director stepped down, they invited him to come and run this lab that he had worked at, and we lost him because he moved to New Zealand and ran this VR lab. And more power to him. And also, good choice, Rob, moving to New Zealand before the pandemic. Just want to say that one. So that's kind of what sabbatical is. A lot of people just stay home and write a book, right? Because professors do that sort of thing. I'm going to write a book. Or they go, like a lot of humanities professors, I'm a historian, say, and there is a library in Washington, D.C. that has the greatest collection of papers from the thing that I want to study. And so I moved down there for a semester just to be able to go to that library every day and read all those papers. So that's sabbatical. Okay. So I'm out of time. How did I get out of time? I'm just BSing. You guys came in so excited. Yeah, Christian, that's fine. So I am going to post the Zoom room in the general of the Discord. Please look there for the 3 p.m. Zoom room. Come talk about their ARG. And thank you all. This was a great experience for all your players. I think I got a lot of very excited emails saying that they had helped helped out. And especially on Sunday when he escaped, that was very exciting. That was yesterday. Seems like a million years ago. When
that was definitely a really good day.
Yeah, it was a very good day. I was, I can tell I'm reading web pages and I hear beep beep boop 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 of Discord just popping off left and right. And I'm like, whoa, things are happening. I don't know what those things are. I must keep reading these web pages. So you should. Someone just joined.
That's great.
At some point, you should should post there, thank you all, and we are now closed. But give it a couple days, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna send a message in the chat about meeting up tomorrow in class.
Yeah, please do
later tonight.
Okay, so I will see you tomorrow at 3 if you can, at 4 if you can't. At 3 o'clock, we will talk about theirs. At 4, we will talk about yours. Okay? Thank you all for coming. And I'll see you then.
Gene, do you still need this room by chance?
I do.
Okay, sounds good. McKenna, I'll send you a link to my own.